guys, thank you so much for tuning in and clicking on this video. It's the latest on trend with your girl Biami.
Big up yourself.
BKCHAT London Season 5 Episode 8. What an epic episode. This is the episode that I've actually been waiting for. The one where Ikra turned the room upside down. I think this episode literally became about her. I'm going to touch on a little bit about the discussion altogether and obviously some of the points that she made where she was getting slammed for, and I think this was quite relevant because our females and young girls are being raised with this type of mentality, this bad bee, queen bee, boss chick mentality. So I'm gonna just say how it is, guys. I don't know if how my opinion is gonna be taken because this is my opinion. And firstly, can I just start by saying how beautiful Shelby looked? Like, when I first saw her in that ponytail, I was like, sis, I can see your face. It's beautiful. I love the style. This really nice, cute, slick hairstyle really, really suits her. I don't know what Jessie tampers with, but that snake, that was really giving me the heebie-jeebies. Like, I was not here for that. So the scenario for the topic was the female or the woman, the wife, owns 3 times more than the man, and he belittled himself when he mentioned about washing the dishes. He's basically like a house dishwasher and she's making more money than him. Now, the thing that I do like that they obviously stated was that he is still working. There are many circumstances all around the world with different class of people whose husband earn less or who the woman earns more. And I think one key that was stated, which I believe it was between Jessie, Ezo and Emmanuel, was respect. Like, it's all about the relationship. Each relationship carries its own individual DNA. Each relationship creates its own boundaries. Each relationship is compatible for what it can and cannot work with. So therefore, if 2 people are together and they are happy with the circumstance of the situation, content, then I don't see what the problem is. Like, neither of those people should be judged. Now, my thing is, the guy is working. Number one, I would question in this circumstance, is he striving for more or is he comfortable with where he is? Now, if he's comfortable, I would definitely question. It would make me question his manhood, but that would be based on my definition of what a man is. Everybody's definition of womanhood and manhood is different. And based on my definition, I would be like, why are you comfortable with me going out, being the breadwinner while you're just at home? But then again, if they reach at the stage of marriage, then there's so many components to this scenario that we just need to know more. We need more context to really grasp the situation itself. But if I was to make up my own scenario, I'd want to know, is he comfortable with where he is? And at what stage of the relationship did she start earning more? Was this before marriage, after marriage? Did something happen to him? So forth and so on. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be able to just be like, yeah, he's a bum or whatever. Like, no, I need to know context. I need to know the story behind it. I feel like everybody had really good points, to be honest. I feel like everybody was engaged in the conversation. Everybody was obviously very passionate about this topic of conversation. So the center of this discussion was obviously Ikra, Madame Ikra. She obviously made some very triggering punchlines, and I feel like that was one of the problems with Ikra being at the center of this, is she came with very strong punchlines but not very much explanation behind them. We obviously had Lani, who was her spokesperson, which made it really difficult to understand where she was coming from. I feel like if Ikra gave us more context in terms of maybe her upbringing, where does she get her ideologies from, like what inspires her to want to be this woman that she aspires to be, this housewife, you know, not doing absolutely anything. Like, it would have been great to know to him more, but we didn't really get that opportunity. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I didn't really see anything wrong with Ikra's opinion or where she stands with it all. The only thing that I would say me and her opinion kind of separated and went our own separate ways was when she said about she won't cook, she won't clean, she's too cute, she's too blessed to be stressed, or too cute to be stressed, or something like that. Basically, all in all, that she won't do absolutely anything. And then of course, if something happens to her husband, she would just get another one. Now this is where I'm kind of like, okay, you're trying to be a queen of a castle that you have no control or power over. Like, in order for you to have control of something, you need to have your blueprint in it. Do you get what I mean? For example, okay, yes, your man will be the breadwinner, building the house and controlling the finances. But if you're talking about being a queen, the queen of the castle will be the homemaker. So the husband, he builds the house. The wife, the queen, builds the home. That's how it should work. That's the type of queen energy that you need to be injecting into your relationship. Everything in that house needs to have your stamp. No woman should be able to feed your man. No Uber Eats. The way that you clean, the order of your home, the decor, the scent. Your man should be able to come home and rest in the nest that you create for him. Like, that is queen energy. For me, a big chunk of what she was saying was not giving me queen energy. It was kind of giving me master energy. It's almost like she wants to be a master in a kingdom that she doesn't reign in. Does that make sense? It's like you basically want a man to slave over you. That's basically what you want. You're trying to be a master, not a queen. There's two different things. Like, if you want somebody to slave over you, worship the ground that you walk on, that's you being a master to your husband's slave. Now, if you want to be a queen, honey, there are so many different things for you to be a queen. For you to be a queen, you need to obtain some sort of power. You are sovereign. Like, you are able to make decisions. When you've not built anything whatsoever, you have no right to anything. I watch too many Nigerian films where the husband is out working and he's got this housewife who basically just does absolutely nothing. He comes home to stress. The woman is just sitting there expecting more from him after he's been out working his butt off, working hard. They have a cook, they have a cleaner, and then the cleaner and the cook starts to entice the husband. She starts to attend to him. Not only does she cook and clean, but she will take off his shoes, his coat. She'll make him feel relaxed. She'll basically give him everything that he desires from his wife that his wife is not giving him. She is giving him a place to rest. She's creating a nest for him to rest. She makes sure that he's okay and that he's eaten. The point is, no man is going to wife a woman who brings nothing to the table. Your beauty is separate from your duty. You can't bring looks to the table because that's just a figure. Like, you can't be like, oh, but I'm beautiful. Like, hello, like, what do you mean? Another thing about the type of men that Ikra's looking for, those are the type of men that have prenups. Those are the type of millionaire men that will create a prenup. I don't know if you guys watch any 90 Day Fiance, but I wouldn't even be able to remember their names now. But there was a guy on there. He was much older than this girl, and I think she came from Brazil, I can't even remember, but he ended up having a prenup because she was so young. People literally thought, and he was so wealthy, that she was marrying him for his money. Those type of men have prenups. Okay, now what happens if he doesn't include you in your prenup and something happens to him and then you are left with nothing? Women have to understand that, carry this type of mentality, is when a man chooses a woman, he will also look at a reputation. A woman's reputation will impact her more than a man's reputation. What do I mean by that? A man can have a high body count, but he'll still get girls. Sometimes females won't even really take that into consideration. He could be a bad boy, but if he's like 6 foot whatever and he earns a certain amount of money, he will still get women. I mean, look at Tristan. Whereas for women, a man will look at your reputation, like, how do you carry yourself? What are people saying about you in your community, around the block? Like, is your name being spoken of? In what way? Like, what would people have to say about you? Like, guys will really take your reputation into consideration. Now, the problem that I have with people like Lani, really bigging up this type of mentality is, number one, you need to listen to guys, because my dad always used to say to me, whenever he used to pour into me, he'll be like, I am the man, like I'm telling you the way men think. Like, they're not gonna want to see your room dirty, they're not gonna want to see this, see that, see this. In situations like this, you need to listen to men. Don't listen to females who are just bigging you up, and then you're gonna all end up with no husbands and then wonder why. I completely understand that there are men that are willing to give her that type of lifestyle, but that's not queen. And the guys have said it, and the women are not hearing it. The minute you give a guy that level of power, he owns you. No matter how much you want to be like, I've never been here, I've never been this, I've always been this, you know, your ex-boyfriend paid for this. Listen, I believe you, sis. Trust me, I believe you, okay? I've had ex-boyfriends do some crazy stuff with me too. I believe you. But are you trying to be a queen, or are you trying to be a master? But guys, thank you for tuning in. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. I hope you guys enjoyed my little reaction. It was a very good episode. I really enjoyed it. This is what I've been waiting for. I'm actually looking forward to what next week is going to bring out. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll speak to you guys in my next video. Don't forget to hit your notification bell so that you guys are notified whenever I post.